Hello there, you amazing people. Welcome to Rise Up to Positivity. I am Heather, your positive mindset coach, here to help you quiet that negative self-talk, build an unshakable positive mindset while creating a more confident and fulfilling life without all that stress and self-doubt holding you back. Ooh, well, last week really sucked. I had a moment where I completely, and I mean completely, lost control of my emotions. And it affected everything. My mindset, my actions, my entire day. I did something I'm not proud of, and it's been weighing on me all week. But I wanted to share what happened and what I learned from it. Because this is the reality of growth. It's messy, it's uncomfortable, and sometimes you will fall back into those old patterns even when you're trying so hard not to. Let me paint this picture for you. It started as a normal day, nothing unusual, nothing particular stressful, but somewhere along the line, I started creating a reality in my mind, and it was not a good one either. I was building up scenarios, assuming the worst, and letting my thoughts just spiral. And here's the thing. In the back of my mind, I knew what was happening. I knew the outcome of it. I could feel it. But I just let it continue because it wasn't just emotions anymore. It was a mood. And that mood, it already had taken over. Then I found myself in a situation, and I could feel those emotions start boiling over. The anger was building. The frustration was right there at the surface. I knew what was happening, but I couldn't stop it fast enough. And then I acted in a way I ain't proud of. A way that did not align with who I'm trying to become or the work that I've been doing. The moment it happened, I felt it. That sinking feeling in my chest, the immediate regret, and the rest of my day, I was just a mess. I kept replaying it over and over in my head, and then I would replay the what ifs. If this would have happened in that moment, if this would have happened in the moment. I was disappointed in myself. I was questioning everything. Like, what's the point of all this work if I am just going to fall right back into the same old patterns anyway? But even in that moment of losing control, something kicked in. The breathing techniques that I've been practicing, I used them. I had to do some work that required a clear mindset after. And I could not afford to spiral completely. So I grounded myself as best as I could in that moment. And afterwards, I made sure to set time aside to process what happened, the before, the middle, and the after. I just didn't push it down and pretend it didn't happen. I sat with it, even though it was uncomfortable and I didn't want. One of the most important things I did was take full responsibility for my actions. Not just saying sorry or making excuses, but really owning it. Accepting that I made a choice I'm not proud of. And that acceptance, it actually helped me move forward a little. I realized through my growth journey, I can't change past behaviors. I can only change the future ones. I still think about what happens. It still comes back into my mind. And I still process it and what I could do differently, what I should have done differently. But I don't fight with it as much anymore. I'm able to bring myself back to the present instead of staying stuck in that guilt and shame that I was feeling. And I still feel it. And I learned from it. I learned why I was in that mindset I was in. I learned what triggered that loss of control. And now I know what actions I'm going to take in the future when I feel that same pattern coming up. Here's what I want you to understand from all of this. When you keep practicing the small steps it takes to create a positive mindset, the breathing, the meditation, the grounding, questioning your thoughts, those practices will kick in when the hard stuff happens. And hard stuff will happen. I didn't handle that moment perfectly at all. I lost control. But because I've been doing this work, I was able to bring myself back. I was able to process it instead of just spiraling for days. I was able to take responsibility and learn from it instead of just beating myself up endlessly. And that's what all this practice is for. It's not for you to never mess up, because you will mess up. It is so that when you do, you have the tools to help you come back to yourself. And here's one thing I've learned. You can be doing really well right now. You could be on the right path, feeling like you're making real progress, building that positive mindset, and then a behavior pattern pops up out of nowhere, and suddenly you're doubting your growth. You're questioning if any of this even matters. This will continue to happen. This pattern of back and forth. Does it work? Doesn't work. Does it work? Doesn't it work? It will continue to happen. So just get used to it. Old patterns don't just disappear because you've done some healing work. They show up, they test you, they challenge you, but each time they do, you get stronger. You get better at recognizing them. You get faster at coming back to yourself. So yeah, this week was a challenging one. And I'm not proud of what I did. But I'm also not going to let it define me or erase all the progress I've made. Because growth is not about being perfect. It is about showing up, taking responsibility, learning from your mistakes, and doing better next time. If you ever had a week like this, where you slipped up, where old patterns came creeping back, where you disappointed yourself, I want you to know you are not alone. This doesn't mean you're failing. It means you are human. and the work you are doing still matters. Next week, I will check in again. Again, I don't know where this is taken or where this journey has taken me, but I am committed to showing up and doing the work. Thank you for being here with me through these messy parts. I'll see you next week, you amazing people.